Okay, so it's the 17th of April, and I was wrong. I couldn't imagine that they would have extended the quarantine more than they already have, but they extended it until the 19th, and now we just found out that it's been extended again another 10 days. So we're still on the total lockdown, and things have gone from bad to worse here. It's grill night again, so I'm sitting here, got my trusty rum and coke, and I'm grilling meat. And as of yesterday, I've been cut to 50% salary. The business where I work in administration, actually, we have just had to lay off about half of our personnel, and the other half have been reduced to 50% salary. And this was basically a decision made by the owners to keep the business afloat, because the collections part has been horrific. This coronavirus, whatever the hell you want to call it, is destroying the economy here in Paraguay. And our customers are not paying, and therefore our cash flow has dried up. So it's basically the only decision that the owners could make. The owners are very intelligent people, and they're good people. So the decision that they made is the right decision. It's basically the only decision they had. But a lot of people are going to be seriously affected by this, including me. But for the people that were earning, let's say, $6 million a month, to be cut down to nothing. $6 million is a pretty good salary here. That's about $1,000 a month, and to be cut down to nothing, that's a serious shock for anybody. And there's no safety net here in Paraguay. If you get laid off, there's no unemployment insurance. Take a look at my meat here. Tapa quadrille and some chorizo and some ribs. Everything's going well. Everything pulled out of the freezer. Freezer stocks are getting low. I don't know what's going to happen, but no, it's bad. And even for the people that are 50%, like myself, I mean, you've got your responsibilities, your financial responsibilities. You still have to meet. So, to have your salary cut out of the blue is a shock. And in my position as the administrator, I'm getting phone calls and WhatsApp messages nonstop, and I feel terrible for the people, because there's nothing I can do for them, and I'm in the same boat. But it really is a depressing thing too for me, because I've got there's 70 employees basically where I work, and they're all contacting, and each one has a life, and they have their responsibilities, and they're feeling the pain, as I am too. And it's just a bad deal all around. But not anything to do with the business that I work for. It's basically the environment that's happening right now in the country, and throughout the world, for that matter. So yeah, it sucks, and no other way to put it. Aside from that, we're going to stay on this damn lockdown, which, we have been here taking this COVID thing very, very seriously. What you see right here, that's a freezer here underneath, our parking area. On that freezer, I've got alcohol. I've got alcohol in gel and bleach in a spray. Now, I'm the one who goes out and I'm the one who goes into the store. I'm the one who risks, contamination or whatever. I don't want my wife doing it. Obviously, my son and my mother-in-law haven't left the house since this all started. So when I go to the store and I come back and I got groceries, we wash everything we have in bleach. Everything that we bought that came from the supermarket, canned goods, boxes, bottles, whatever it is, it all gets washed in bleach. And this room right here is designed as a servant's quarters. We're renting this house, so the people that built this house built it for a maid's quarters. Well, that maid's quarters has inside there, it's actually three rooms. There's a bedroom, there is a bathroom, and then there's a laundry room, which the maid would normally use. Well, I come back, I do a full decon, for people with military experience, the full decontamination procedures if you've been in a contaminated area. That's what I do. So I strip off, I throw all my stuff, all my clothes, I consider them contaminated, they go directly into the laundry. And, I've got other change of clothes already prepared. And I go in, take a hot shower, towel off, and put my clean clothes on before I go back inside the house. And not taking any chances with this. So far in the country, there have been very few deaths. I think it's like 3 or 4 or something like that. I don't know the exact amount. And not a lot of contaminated people either. So in that respect, we're still doing very well. But the economy is really in bad shape. Like I said, I'm at 50% salary now. Half of the people that I work with are completely laid off. They're not getting a salary. This tapa is looking good. And it's rough. It's rough for everybody. And I don't know what's going to happen. I really could not imagine that they would have extended this much longer. The full lockdown. But now we're going to go another 10 days. And, you can already hear cars going by and everything else because people are just getting fed up with it. When I walk to work every day, I live close enough that I can walk to work. So I've got probably a walk of, I want to say maybe 9 blocks. Okay? When I walk to work, it's like walking to work, after the apocalypse. It reminds me of a movie. I'm a little bit older, so maybe some of you people won't remember this movie, but there's a movie with Steve McQueen from the 1970s, and I think it was called The Last Man on Earth. But anyway, he's just there, and there's no one else there. I walk to work, and I don't see a blessed soul. Although I will say that lately I have. I've seen people out walking their dogs, and I've seen the occasional motorcycle go by. But for weeks, I would walk to work, and I wouldn't see anybody, nobody at all. And I go to my work, and I sit in my office, and I do my job. And, I do have people that come in and make their payments. People that are close enough to where they can go back roads and not risk being caught by the cops. And they'll come in and make payments to the business. So I have to be in my job. You can hear it. It's Friday night. People are out and they're starting to get fed up with this damn lockdown. So, so I'll see somebody at work and I've got my mask on and they come in with their mask on, and it's this whole big thing. But it's just the world we live in now, and times are getting tougher, and I feel sorry for everyone. The last count I heard is something like 40,000 people nationwide that have been suspended, and that's just going to keep going up. I'm sorry, there's no way, because there's certain industries that have been hit very hard. The hotel industry, the restaurant industry, the educational industry, private schools and universities, the events, the sporting industry. There hasn't been soccer. Football is the lifeblood here. Everybody watches football. I personally don't care much for it, soccer, but it goes on all year round, and it's shut down. All these people are not getting any money, and the people that live off of these people selling them stuff are also not getting any money. So the economic damage is going to be terrible when this is all said and done. And I cannot believe they have extended it again. It's it's ridiculous. And no, I mean, like I said, my heart goes out to everybody. I'm feeling the pain now. I mean, fortunately, the government has made some, what do you call it, concessions, or they've passed some bills, passed some laws to make concessions to people, because knowing that they don't have the income that they used to have, you now only have to pay 40% of your rental. So for me, I only now this month have to make 40% of my payment. Electric bills and water bills have been frozen. You can't be turned off. You also can't be evicted. So, but you're going to have to pay the electric bill later on, broken down into payments. They're going to stagger the payments for the months you didn't pay, but they're not going to cut your service. So the government's trying some stuff, and they have this thing where, they're going to give a half a month, or correction, a half of a minimum wage salary to people in 2 payments. But what is that going to do for somebody who makes $5 million and then gets a $500,000 warranty payment? That's not going to go very far. So I don't know what's going to happen in this country. Like I said, if this keeps up, this total lockdown, there are so many people who, are going to be devastated. I mean, I can't even imagine small business owners and people that own a restaurant or something like this, have employees. How are they gonna? They're not making any money, and they've got to suspend their employees, I guess. But it's just a bad scene all around. And I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I never would have predicted this. I thought that for sure we would have opened up by now, because other countries are opening up. For example, Brazil never closed, and they don't seem to be doing so badly. I think they've got more deaths than we do, but I don't know how many. But it's not like a serious deal. And they're driving on. Their economy is fine. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy my trago here and cook my meat, and hopefully this turns around soon. The people that are suspended where I am, we're suspended for 3 months, and on 50% pay for 3 months. So that means, for the next 3 months, we got a budget, and people are going to have to face some serious realities. But the thing is, the 2 points about that is, point number one, the alternative would have been the business closing and everyone losing their seniority there, and frankly, some of them, the old timers, not being rehired. I mean, they would have been done. And the other thing is, some people like me, unfortunately, I can dig into my credit cards. I don't like to do that. I've got credit cards for an emergency situation, and this basically is an emergency situation. So, but on the other hand, I thank God that I still have my 50%, because a lot of people don't. There's a lot of people that live on the margins of society here, and they sell fruit or whatever in the street. They haven't been open for 6 weeks. Who knows what they're doing to survive? How are they surviving? How are they eating? God only knows. So yeah, I mean, the thing about coming to Paraguay, you come here, you got a lot more freedom than you do. You really do have a lot more freedom than you do in the Western world, in Europe or in the U.S., Canada, whatever. But you walk the tightrope without a safety net. So you got to be able to deal with that. But anyway, enough